You down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? Who's down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? Who down with LCS?
There's a little Breakfast with Brian cover. Morning, everyone. I saw Jimmy in the chat, so I had to start with the dancing intro for you guys. Thanks for stopping in. I see we've got some competition going on this morning, early morning. I just saw that the whack guys are going live this morning too. So, yeah, Jimmy, I saw you in the chat, so I figured I'd hit you up with the dancing girls to start your Saturday. Yeah, I usually do the other Breakfast with Brian opening, but I saw you in there, so that one's for you. Yeah, good morning, guys. It's been a little bit since I've done a live stream on a Saturday with the holidays and things, so I'm glad to be back. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a good Saturday morning so far. Couple shout outs to start. Let me drop the link too if anybody wants to join in. Couple shout outs though. I want to start it off with a couple channels. Surcam Stances. And all the links are down in the description. So I know you guys are probably familiar with all these channels, but Surcam Stances, he just was on the hot seat with Gary Vee and the usual suspects on Thursday. So definitely want to check out his channel. It was a great interview. If you want to check out that interview, definitely check out his channel. He does a really good job over there. Yeah, the whackers this morning. Yeah, I popped on. I said, let me see if there's anybody else live this morning. Because I know Saturday mornings are typically not too busy. But I saw those guys over there. Mark was there from Legion. Who else was in the stream with them? I'm not sure. There was Tyler, Lee. I know somebody else. I'm drawing a blank. But a couple of the other shout outs. So like I said, Circumstance and then Shop for Comics. He's a big Spider-Man fan, so I definitely enjoy watching his channel. And he just did like a top 10 pickups for 2021, a bunch of Spider-Man books in there. So definitely need to check that out. Circumstance was really good on Gary's channel in the hot seat. It was a good interview. It's always good. I find those interviews, Small Town Collectibles does them, and it's interesting. It's just you kind of get more, a little bit more behind the scenes on the person. So it's always good to kind of know a little bit more about the people. So those long form interviews, the Small Town Collectibles, in the hot seat, 10 questions Jimmy does at Small Town Collectibles. So, Drac, yeah. Oh, and Ignazio's there now. Okay. Yeah, when I was there, I think it was Tyler, Lee, Mark, and Drac. So, but yeah, I enjoy those long form interviews because, like I said, you get to know a little bit more about the person, personally and why they're collecting and things like that. So I always find those interesting. So Shop for Comics, definitely check him out. Big Spider-Man fan. He does a good job on his channel. He's collecting some, some pretty big books, low grade, but he's got some, some key books that he's been collecting. So, and the third channel I wanted to mention was now Uncanny D-Man. He just recently rebranded. I think it was this week. He rebranded his channel to Main Event Comics. So kind of taking on a little bit of a wrestling theme. You definitely need to check him out. He looks like he's been thinking about things and getting things planned for this year. So it's good to see his channel kind of take a different direction. I know, like I said, I know he's a big wrestling fan. So that's cool. So Oh, Comic Journey. Good morning. How are you? How you feeling? I know, in some of the chats and direct messages on Instagram, there's a lot of people that have not been feeling good. Whether it's COVID related or um, cold or just not feeling well. So I think I had mentioned that my wife and I both had COVID during Thanksgiving. She works in retail, so she's out with the public, and she got sick, and then a couple of days later I got sick. So um, it's not fun. I mean, anytime you're sick is not fun, but the whole COVID thing, having the quarantine, and it made it difficult for us around the house. Because our kids are here, and so we had to avoid them, and it's just not fun. So hope everybody's feeling well and doing well. Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, not good. And like I said, I know there's a few others that are in the community that I've heard that have been sick. So not fun. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, just generally, when you just, a headache or just a regular cold can just be a pain in the ass, right? But the COVID thing is, um, for me, it was like a really bad head cold, but like a head cold on like a different level. I was not feeling well for like a week, and then and then I started to feel better, like no headache and things, and then it just lingered for like 2 weeks, a little cough, a little congestion. And it's just annoying. So. And it's funny. I had a family member who got sick as well, and they weren't vaccinated, and luckily they didn't have it so bad. But I was talking with them, and they were like, last year when I was wearing my mask all of the time, it's like I never got sick. I didn't even have a cold or anything like that. So um, it's just interesting to see. I know people don't want to go back to all of the rules and restrictions, but I'd much rather have that than be sick. So, but but yeah, no, I don't want to make this Corona chat vaccine thing. But we just going through a couple shout outs. So mention 3 channels: Circumstance, Shop for Comics, Main Event Comics, which used to be Uncanny D-Man. He just rebranded, so definitely need to check him out. Um, Yeah, luckily I didn't have that. I was just more, it was, like I said, a really bad head cold for me. My wife had like really bad body aches, like joint, pain. So I felt bad for her. Luckily I didn't have that. I was more just head cold, but still, being congested and headache for, 5 days was just not fun. Anybody wants to jump in, there's I posted up the link. But a couple other shout outs. I mentioned those 3 channels. Definitely go check them out. I'm sure everybody that's in the chat is aware of those channels. Um, Gary B, the casual comic guy, I believe tonight he's doing his 1K subscriber giveaway. He hit that milestone a little bit ago, and he is doing his big live show and giving away his prizes and things like that. I think there's still time to enter. If you haven't entered into his giveaway, you have to, if you have a channel, you have to create a video. So I haven't seen anything posted on his channel yet, but I believe he mentioned that tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern was going to be his big 1,000 subscriber show. And then Simple Simon, wanted to mention him. He just hit 900 subscriber milestone. I think the last time I checked, he was about 910. So he's trying to make the push to 1,000. So definitely, if you want to enter his giveaway, because he's doing a 900 subscriber giveaway, go check that out. And then, definitely spread the word about his channel, because it'd be really great to get him to 1,000. I think his channel's been around for a couple of years now. I think he's maybe 2 or 3 years old. So he's been a slow burn. So it'd be good to get him to, 1,000 subscribers. So I want to show some books too this week. A couple of things that I read this week. I showed you this one, the like I said, when I saw this, I said, "Oh, wait, this is a Breakfast with Brian homage cover here." Fourth Man. This is a new series that just came out. AWA Upshot. This is a pretty good read. It reminds me of the Image comic that just recently came out, New Bern. It's kind of like a detective police story set in Pennsylvania with some like car dealerships. Kind of if you've ever seen the movie Glengarry, Glenn Ross. I mean, obviously there's some, shenanigans going on in this, a little bit different than that movie, but this I enjoyed. It was a good read. I find that it's good to have a break from the superheroes sometimes. The craziness, the superpowers, and just kind of have a normal a normal non superhero story. So that was pretty good. Stray Dogs I read this week. Stray Dogs. I had missed the boat on the first series, so I picked this up. Just I've heard really good things, so I was interested to see what this was about. This was pretty good. I'm a dog lover. We've got dogs. I've had dogs since I was a kid. We have 2 dogs now, so dog story. You get me. So yeah, tonight's going to be. We've got Gary. I even forgot Louis' show. Louis looks like he's got a big show tonight. Drunk Uncle, the Saturday Night Live character, is making an appearance, so that's going to be really good. I'm not sure if Chip is doing his banter show because of Gary's giveaway and show. I'm assuming probably not, or maybe he is and going to stream it like he normally does. So I don't know. But yeah, definitely Saturday night, big night in the community. A couple other books that I read. Death of Dr. Strange, number 4. So I think there's either one more in this series, but in this book, they revealed who killed Dr. Strange. So not going to spoil it, but definitely want to check that one out. I'll drop one of my books here. Devil's Reign, Sleeping Comics. Good morning. Another book that I read. I'm really enjoying this series. I always. Good morning. I enjoy Kingpin. As a villain. He's currently the mayor of. Rob tonight. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I didn't see who posted. I didn't see any live streams get scheduled yet, so I wasn't sure. So that's cool. But I enjoy Kingpin as a villain, and he's obviously in this storyline. He's currently the mayor of New York, so this has been a good read. Some characters that I normally don't read: Daredevil and Elektra included, Luke Cage. So it's been a really good read. I've enjoyed it so far. It's interesting too because in this it's basically Wilson Fisk has kind of targeted all of the superheroes in New York City. So Spider-Man's involved as well. And they're using, because the current storyline in Spider-Man is that Peter Parker is out of commission. And so Ben Reilly is in this. So I thought that was interesting. So, and then I've got Amazing Spider-Man 83 and 84. I did a review on both of these books. The story's been kind of, a little bit all over the place. Very inconsistent. Like Peter Parker, like I said, is in the hospital and banged up, and they are using Ben Reilly. Ben Reilly's kind of filling in for him. But it's just strange to me to have the marquee Spider-Man title, The Amazing Spider-Man, and there's no Peter Parker in it in some issues. So it's really kind of strange. So I'm hoping that they kind of get back to, Peter Parker. I think issue 93 or 94, it kind of comes to an end. Ben Reilly and Peter kind of have a fight. And so we're a couple issues away from hopefully things getting resolved. All right, Jimmy, have a great day, man. Yeah, I got I've got my errands and chores to do this morning too. So, the holidays are over now, so it's kind of back to the normal grind. So yeah, so Chop, and I think that's what I was going to say is it looks like they're setting up a Ben Riley series. So I know there's a Ben Riley, new book coming out shortly. Actually, I think I saw it. So I picked up the Marvel previews this week at my LCS, and I think there was some mention of it in here. So yeah, it looks like they're trying to use Amazing Spider-Man to kind of springboard a new Ben Riley series. So um, it'll be interesting to see. But there's a couple good books in here. There's a What If Miles Morales series. What if where is it on this side? What if Miles, I think, becomes Captain America? So that definitely looks pretty cool to check out. There's a couple other things in the preview book. There's a new Iron Fist. Couple Savage Spider-Man. There's definitely some cool books that are coming out in the new year. So definitely, if you have the chance to pick up the preview book, it's pretty good. You kind of get a sense they're doing Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man facsimile edition 238. I wonder if there's going to be some tattoos in that one. So yeah, I'm just kind of flipping through the preview to see if they have it in here because I thought I did see it. But it's good to see all of the new books that are coming out and just some of the artwork. So just trying to flip through here. Where is I thought I saw. Anyway, looks like there's a new Han Solo and Chewbacca series coming out. Bunch of stuff. So if you get a chance, pick that up. Yeah, that I'm still on the hunt for the What If book. I think TM Nerdy mentioned just pulled it. I think somebody sent it to him as an AOK. What if Spider-Man became Punisher? I haven't read that story. I want to read that. And the cover looks really cool on it. There we go. We got Mr. Comic Journey joining us in the car.
Hey, man. Hey, Brian. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm just trying to fix myself up. I got technical issues. I can't figure out how to get.
Oh, we lost him. Just as soon as he was here, he was gone. Well, maybe he'll join us back. It's always fun to see Comic Journey driving through the neighborhood on a Saturday morning. Yeah. I think there's some, definitely some good storylines that are at least look promising. So we'll see. Yeah, the whole Mary Jane, Black Cat. Black Cat has been kind of involved in the current Amazing Spider-Man run. She's kind of been checking in on Peter, and there's been an interesting dynamic between Mary Jane and the Black Cat, Felicia. Coming in to kind of check in on Peter, and they're like, their both main concern is that Peter gets better, and so it's been interesting to see them together. All right, I think he's back.
Don't know if this is gonna work. I'm not sure. I don't know if you can see anything. Hear me? Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We see your dashboard.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Hello. Okay. I'll try to get somehow.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out. Yeah, it looks like he froze up. I'll add him back. Hopefully he's probably on his cell. Obviously he's on his cell phone if he's driving in the car, so he's probably got Sleepyn. There he is. Good morning.
What's up?
What's going on? We got Comic in the car. He's trying to figure out his technical issues there.
What's
going on,
Can
man?
everybody
I haven't
hear
talked to
me?
you for a while.
We can hear you now.
How's it going, Sleepyn? How's it going?
Hey, Caesar,
All
how
right.
you doing, man? I know you've had a rough go.
Hey, I'm
Yes.
not dead, so it's okay. People try to get rid of me. They don't know what, I'm coming back stronger than ever before. So they don't know what happens when I get corona. I get stronger for some reason.
I like to hear that. Yeah, I had some health scares last year. I don't know if you remember. I couldn't do any videos for a couple weeks. I was going to the emergency room every other week. So yeah, sometimes you have some problems. At least I did.
You know what? I avoided the emergency room like the plague. I was not touching the emergency room. I was petrified of going to the hospital.
Yeah, they're pretty stacked up now. A lot of people there with I work at a local hospital. I'm in the IT department at a local hospital. So I'm not directly in the hospital, but I get all the information of what's going on. And sometimes we have to react to, units changing and things like that. And it's the emergency room is definitely not a place you need to be right now unless you really have a true emergency.
Actually, it
Because
wasn't
it's
this
just
year.
so
I got my
petrified.
years messed up. It was actually 2 years ago that I get my years all messed up.
Well, yeah, being in the new year now, right?
I'm too old. I'm too old now.
I was just too petrified of going in there and then getting even sicker. I didn't want to be around anybody. I took whatever drugs they gave me, put myself up with antibiotics, whatever they told me I could take and I can't take. Steroids, everything. I feel like I'm freaking Lou Ferrigno right now. They pumped me up with a whole bunch of drugs and steroids, and now I'm the Incredible Hulk. So
yeah, I was gonna say you gotta change your initials here now.
the only thing about it, honestly, what Brian was saying before, that's the thing that kills me. The linger, the damn lingering. This doesn't go away. You try to kick it, and it just sticks with you for Though the after effect I got, I never had any of the taste problems, any of the smell problems, none of that stuff. Just had an extreme fever. I felt like I was gonna burn up and incinerate. I don't know what it was. I was burning up like crazy. But the thing that lingers is, I think this is because I'm a smoker. It got it hit me a little bit more where I'm a little bit slower, a little more sluggish. I haven't gotten myself to 100% yet. I want to say I'm at 70%. But
I mean, not to disclose everything, but my daughter got it. She's 17, and to my knowledge, she does not smoke, and it has lingered for her too. Cough. It's no joke. I mean, they say that younger people are not supposed to get it. Once again, not to get all political or anything, but she got both vaccines and did the whole thing, but still got
bullshit
it.
that nobody could get it.
Yeah, and still has problems. So I think it doesn't matter who you are. It's just a random roll of the dice, and we all gotta be careful.
Yeah, and
I'm going to tell you something.
different.
I'm going to tell you something. I haven't got vaccinated. Now I can't even get vaccinated if I want to. They told me I have to wait 3 months if I want to get vaccinated. Right. It's not even vaccination, but I'm not even going to get to that. But I can't even get a vaccination with quotes for 3 months because now I have antibodies. So while I got sick, about a week and a half ago, before I got sick, my brother-in-law got sick. He got it hard. He got all the vaccinations plus the booster, and he got hit harder than me. And he's 4 years younger than me, and doesn't even have any health issues ahead of time. So you tell me, what the hell's going on over here?
Yeah, I think, everybody's different because so my wife and I both had it and we both vaccinated and we had different symptoms. She was worse than I was. She had more body aches, but it's just everybody's different. And I had another family member who had it and not vaccinated and they felt pretty good. And they went and got the treatment, the infusion, and they felt better in 2 or 3 days. So,
People are, they're making it up as they go, and I don't blame them because nobody knows. But we're all trying to find the right solutions, and it's not so easy.
are you? What are we buying at the gas station?
Getting cigarettes.
Oh,
Getting cigarettes because I've been locked up for weeks, and I'm dying for cigarettes.
Would you forget your wallet?
Yeah, I just need to grab money. Why, that happens to you too?
Yeah, as you get older, you misplace things. You forget where your keys are and your wallet, and those
yeah,
things
it
happen.
happens to me all the time. I don't even know where I am half the time.
And you know what sucks even more? Hold on 1 second. Now you can guess what kind of pet stores I see. Pack of Marlboro eggs, please. So, how you call it?
Wait, we should. Oh, look at that! The guy's loaded.
Look at all that cash
some
he's
of that
got.
my way.
Well, I haven't been able to spend any money for 2 weeks, so I'm cheap. I don't spend any of my money.
I'm a pretty cheap person too.
I don't go and buy crazy digital crypto VV comic books like you, man. I always buy paper.
I'm cheap in the digital world too.
You're hoarding gems over there. You know it.
Believe it or not, I bought a few.
I hoard gems when the market's up, and then I buy when the market's down. I just just like normal people, try to be smart about it.
But believe it or not, I bought a few myself. Since the last time I talked to you, and I did flip a couple, and I actually made some money.
Which ones did you buy?
I bought a few. I got 2 drops that I won. I won.
Oh my God, he's a madman. He's a madman.
And he's gone. He hit the button on his phone, I'm sure.
Which ones have you gotten, Brian?
I have the 2 biggest ones I have, and I bought it after, was Amazing Spider-Man #1.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't get it on the drop, but I think I paid $45 for 45 gems for it. And
it's been over.
It's up around $100 now. So.
Yeah, it's been over. I mean, that's not bad. The question is it's so new. We don't know what's going to happen. I mean, it could go to trash. I tell everybody this could go to zero. You could be holding nothing.
Yeah, you just don't know.
It's don't mortgage the house here. You know what I mean? Yeah,
no. I mean, and that's why I've been trying to buy strictly on the drops, and that's getting, obviously, as you know, it's tougher and tougher to get them on the drops.
Like Marvel Comics #1. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna own that one, but I'm never gonna own that one. I mean, there's only 65 of them in the world.
Right.
I mean, I don't even know what a 1.0 would cost. $1 million? I don't even know.
Yeah, I was looking. I'll go through the marketplace and just kind of see where things are at, and there was a couple things that were like, 10,000. Some crazy.
Oh
some
yeah,
crazy
I got that Spider-Man. It's worth $40,000 now. It's bonkers.
Wow, that's crazy.
Have you been winning drops?
That one was a good one. But it's funny money. I mean, I can't get the money out. I can't, this is
right.
That's the problem. The fact that I can't pull the money out, no matter how much I could make or not make on there, gets me a little bit anxious. And that's why I'm being so super conservative about not spending any money.
I tell people as soon as they get, it's called the money transfer license, MTL. As soon as that thing gets up and running, people are like, oh no, everybody's going to take their money off and all the prices are going to crash. Well, it might. But that is the legitimacy, the credibility that they need. They'll actually get 10 times the users.
And I'm even doubly concerned because I'm in New York. And there's all these crypto regulations here that make it even more difficult to be able to exchange this kind of currency and these kind of things. That gets me even more concerned as far as keeping any significant amount of money. So what I did actually, when I got my VV account, I put $400 in there.
Oh, why? Big baller. I knew you were a big baller. I knew it.
Well, this is why I put $400 in there. Because there was the Disney thing that was going on. and you had to have I think like $300 something to get one of the drops. I don't remember exactly how, but it was a high price drop that was in there.
Yeah.
And I was gunning to get that Mickey Mouse one with what's his name, Walt Disney on there. I thought that was good.
CJ. You always play. Oh, I don't know how to. No, you know everything. I know guys like you. They're super. They lay low. They're the big ballers. See, I knew it, CJ. I knew it.
He's creeping in the background.
I didn't finish. So I didn't get any of the Disney ones. But I missed out on every single one of that. I've been sitting there and I kept doing, okay, buy now, buy now for about a half an hour every time. Nothing. Finally, I get to one of the drops, who was the Young Avengers.
Yeah.
Number 12.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting 2 drops on that one. Go figure. But that's probably the crappiest one out of all of them.
Shittiest book on the thing.
Yeah. So I ended up getting a rare and a rare and a common. Oh no, uncommon.
Oh.
That's all right. At least they're not just commons. And then the last one I just got just a couple of days ago was a common of the, what's that shitty book that just dropped? The Daredevil. The Daredevil 181 that dropped.
131, the Bullseye. I love that book.
Bullseye, yeah.
It's a nice book, but I didn't want a common of it. But hey, that's what I got. At least I got one. So while I was doing that, I was buying other things. And where I made some money on was Amazing Spider-Man number 1.
Yeah.
Because I bought it and sold it a couple of times already.
See, I knew it. See, this guy, Brian, this guy, he probably owns it all. He's one of those guys. You know what I'm talking about, right, Brian? They lay low.
Oh yeah.
They're crushing everybody. They don't even know. He's driving around in his car. We know guys
I'm not
like
crushing
you.
anybody. I can assure you of that. I am not crushing anybody. This Vini thing is probably crushing the hell out of me. I guarantee you that. But what I will tell you is that there's people that are not very intelligent, and I'll tell you why. I bought Amazing Spider-Man number 1, uncommon. I only buy uncommons, unless I get drops that are not uncommon. But like I that's the target I have. I'm gonna get either uncommons or better if I get them at a really, really good value. I won't buy the commons. But Amazing Spider-Man was the only one that I made the exception, because I'm like, there's too many people that like Spider-Man. This thing is getting ridiculously expensive. Let me just get this. So I ended up buying a Amazing Spider-Man 1 for 50 VV or whatever they're called, dollars.
Yeah, gems.
Gems. And some nut bought it from me. I put it up on the market like within like 2 days. Some nut bought it for me for $120.
See, CJ, I knew it. I should have known. I should have known. I know guys like you.
Wait, listen to this. It gets better. So I'm like, all right, I got good money out of it now. So it cleared up $110. That's what I got, because it cleared something like 90 something back because of all the fees that they have.
8.5% fee. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I got that back, and then I'm like, you know what? Let me get another one now. So I go on and I find the uncommons for they were going for around 100 each. So I'm like, all right, let me get an uncommon now. So I got that for about 100. I want to say more or less. Within 3 days, somebody buys it for 180. Why? I don't know. They're already in the market for a lot cheaper than that, but somebody bought it for 180. So I bought another one after for 110. It's again at an uncommon. So now that's the game I'm playing right now. I'm just trying to buy them and sell them as fast as possible.
All right. So remember, when you have $1 million, remember, right here, you got to call me. I accept presents. I like presents. I'll take coffee. You can send me coffee, whatever you want, right here.
I'm gonna tell you something. If I actually make real money, I have you to actually take for it. More
No,
than
it's all
anything else.
good. It's all
I
good.
really do. I really
It's
do.
all
'Cause
good.
if
I'm
you
just
didn't,
happy you're having fun. I'm just having fun with it, Brian. I think we've talked a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. I mean, it's
This isn't. I would
if,
not. Everybody's like, "Are you going to sell all your comics?" And no, come on, man.
no, yeah,
if you didn't go into these detailed videos that you do, I would know nothing. Zero, zero. If you remember, I would actually. I haven't been really active on the videos lately, as far as commenting and stuff like that. But I'm gonna start getting more active. But for a while, I kept bothering you with really nutty questions to ask you about these BB things because I had no idea what the hell they're all about.
I didn't either. I was just trying to learn like everybody else. I'm still trying to learn like everybody else. I mean, I think, and this is just my opinion, is we have such an advantage because we know how to collect things in general. We know how to be patient. A lot of people are not patient. Like I buy comics. I tell people I buy comics. I have a ton of comics. I literally have I think I can make money off of these in 5 years, if ever. Probably
right,
never.
right. Well, I mean,
Well,
that's comic book collecting as a whole. Unless you're just in it for reading the books and the artwork, it's a buy and hold business, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's all the things we always talk about. You love the comics, you love the characters, and then if you make some money, that's cool. I mean, it's all part of the fun, right?
I'll
And
tell you
so
something about the
most of
BB.
my books are like 5-year holds. And so these people are like, I got this last week, it hasn't gone up. I'm like,
yeah,
I will tell you something about the BBs. Personally, I have no sentimental attachment whatsoever to them. I could care less. They might as well be toilet paper to me. They're not like the comics. They're not like the comics that I hold it in my hand. I enjoy it. I'm whatever. This, I'm taking it just as almost like I'm day trading.
yes, yes.
Almost like a day. If I make a good profit really quick, I'm out. I'm taking it, selling, buying something else. And I'll tell you something. I built a out of that $400 because I'm not adding more money into there until they allow me to be able to take it out. I'm not adding more money.
Yeah.
But out of that portfolio of $400 that I put in there, I have about 215 or 220 something like that dollars liquid in there right now. Or liquid, gem liquid, whatever you want to call it. And I still own another Amazing Spider-Man 1 Uncommon, and I have almost every single drop that they did. Not everyone, but I want to say 80% of the other drops in Uncommon.
I mean, once again, a lot of the things I try and explain in my videos, it's like, I mean, I could never do a comic video from physical comic book people because they already laugh at me, but because I mean, what am I going to try to do? I'm going to try to explain scarcity to comic book, I mean, come on, I mean, this is like so it is interesting, these are some of the things that are almost, I literally think they're almost like natural to us because we've been in the game. But like a lot of people are just confused about the different covers. They don't know, so it is an advantage for us. Plus, they just have no understanding of what is the difference between Young Avengers 12 and Daredevil 1. I think it's the same comic. They think it's the same
right. Yeah, they probably have the impression too that every comic is worth.
Yes.
A ton
They're
of
like,
money,
well,
right?
why would this comic not be on eBay and sell for very much? It seems like a good comic to me. Well, but that's part of what I'm trying to do with some of my videos is help people with that, not just be like, oh, you don't know comics, because I mean we're a niche deal. You got to admit, come on. I mean we are.
Oh, definitely.
I mean this game is played by a lot of guys that sit in the basement. I mean, let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's cool. I've loved that over the years. I'm excited for the people that are coming to and then I don't know how many people have bought comics. They send me the pictures. They take videos of them going through into the local comic shop, LCS, and like show me. They'll send me these videos of them buying comics. It's actually kind of crazy.
Oh wow. That's interesting that it's spilled over, right? If
Oh
they've
yeah,
been just
this guy, he got Sandals 13. He went in there. And he has like video of it, like talking to the guy. The guy only had, I think, like a cover. He only had the cover B, which is actually the secret rare.
Oh, really?
And the dude like freaks out. And the guy was like, so, because the local comic book store owner doesn't know what's going on. And so he's like, sure, yeah. He's like, well, how much is this? You know? And the guy said, it's covered. You know, you can get it for cover. It's, you know, I think it was $4. And the guy like just freaks out. That's why he sent me the video. Like, I just bought this secret rare for $4. I was excited for the guy.
Yeah. That's interesting though, that they, you know, they're trying to relate the digital collectible to the physical collectible.
Here.
Sorry, Starbucks bounced me out for some reason.
So I bought this, you know, Todd McFarlane one. And these are only, there's only 5, you can't see the number, but there's only 5,000 of these.
Okay.
And since this is the, you know, crazy Todd one that's on the app.
Oh, yeah.
I thought, well, I'll buy it because maybe all these other guys are going to buy. And yeah, lo and behold, they're sold out.
Wow.
You know, I really
the physical and it's a very weird world.
I really believe that there's some massive opportunity for some of these NFTs when it comes to intertwining the physical and the digital. For example, I've seen a few people actually make NFTs, and you just showed a model or a toy. What was that of the McFarlane thing? It was a toy or model.
Whatever.
Whatever it was. They're making these custom models, NFTs, and when you buy the NFT, you get a file with that NFT that you could actually 3D print your own model of that same NFT thing that they created.
That's interesting.
So there's a real tangible. So you're like one of 50 or one of 100 people that not only have that NFT, but you also have the opportunity to be able to print it 3D and have the physical part of it too at the same time. That's a really nice added feature that I think is not being looked into. That like, could you imagine you get a comic book NFT or VV, whatever, and you have the opportunity to be able to print it out the way it should be. That's a nice it's a nice little feature.
I'm just excited for the people who introducing new people to comics. Like, I don't think we can go wrong with that. And I know they can't read the stories, but some of them are. Like, some of them are so excited, they'll message me. I tell them to get, I don't know if I should, but I tell them to get Marvel Unlimited. Because then you can download, read a bunch of the stories. You don't have to pay a bunch of money. Right. And a lot of them are. They're reading. And you know what they do next after they read a bunch of stories? They're like, oh, dude, I went to my local comic book shop and I got on a pull list.
You know, I really believe. I
think it's good.
I really believe they need. It's actually great, but I think that they need to get the younger kids more involved, like the 5-6-year-old.
Yeah. The only thing is, a lot of these, I'm guessing, because once again, but a lot of these people seem to be like age 30s, 20s to 30s, which I think is good. They have a little bit of disposable income. If we can get them into comics, all we got to get them is start reading, the new Venom or the new Spider-Man's not so good these days, yeah. but you know what I'm saying?
That's a great.
I wish Spider-Man was better because I can't. Everybody loves Spider-Man. The new movie just came out,
right?
And I have to tell them, don't buy the new Spider-Man. Peter Parker's not in Spider-Man, and then they're like, what? Oh, it's frustrating. But it's fine. It's fine. It's.
I don't understand what Marvel's doing with Spider-Man because it's their marquee. It's their marquee character. He sells the most books. And they're just throwing different writers and
I actually
artists.
Don't even know who buys Spider-Man. Oh, I guess you do. But I don't buy it anymore. I don't pull it. I stopped pulling it years ago.
Yeah. But it's still, if you look, it's sales. It's in the top sales all the time.
It would double. It would be like, isn't Batman generally the one that sells the most, like 100,000 copies every issue?
Yeah, I think Batman is. Yeah,
it could be Batman. It could be 100,000. If they, what they always say is put Donny Cates on it, and maybe they should. But if they just, I don't know what they're doing with Spider-Man.
it's very cost prohibitive right now for little kids to buy it, like 5, 6-year-old
Yes,
kids.
yes, that's a very good point.
And to go into the digital just for kids, I don't think that's a good idea too. People are not taking it effect like how these digital screens are affecting all these kids' eyes, especially from that kind. My personal belief is if they actually did some really cheap newsprint versions, the same way it was in the 80s and 70s and 60s of that same exact quality comic book, and have it cheap, have it for $1, have it something like a lot of parents wouldn't have a problem just picking up one and giving it to their kids to mangle. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But when
actually a really good idea. I mean, I don't know all the distribution and the numbers around it, but if they could just make it, I mean, it's already on shit paper. I don't know how they can make the paper any shittier than it is right now.
well,
But
newsprint is cheaper. Newsprint is a lot cheaper, and why I know this is because I'm actually trying to make my own comic.
right.
So I'm looking at all the different options that they have available right now, and newsprint is about, I want to say, about 50% the cost of what the glossy paper that they're doing on it. Even though the glossy paper is cheaper quality, it's still cheaper.
Well, here's
So
my
why?
here's my next video. I'm trying to put together. I'll probably come. I got to film it and whatnot. But my prediction is, and you guys tell me what you think on my idea. My prediction is Marvel's going to launch a brand new hero or series in VV. I think number one, Marvel is surprised by the amount of money it's generating. I bet you they thought it was a joke, but the amount of money that VV is generating on that 8.5% fee is probably pretty significant. And Marvel's like, whoa, this is
Well, I
a
think
lot better than we thought.
Disney in general is probably surprised how much
I think
money
they are. So number two, they're not going to say, all right, look, hey, we're going to now only release Iron Man on VV because all the physical comic book collectors are going to riot. You know what I mean? There's no way they do anything like that. So then what they do is I think they would say, okay, maybe we should try a brand new character. That way none of the physical comic book collectors are going to care because it's a brand new character. But some of them, because, you know us, we seek speculation. We want to try and get the new books. It could pull in a lot of physical comic book collectors because they might take a chance on a new collector to get the FA. Everybody loves the FA. And so I think maybe not this year, but maybe within the next 18 months, they'll launch their own series. It'll be its own character, probably in the 616, VV exclusive. You'll have to get the comics on VV. And maybe it'll be a 60,000 run, so it's actually physically possible to get the comics. But it's going to sell out, and they're going to be valuable, and that character could be huge. I just think they're going to try it.
Here's a crazy idea. Why not make a run like that of something original, and not only, but put it up there, put whatever the cost for the drop is, and whoever gets it, that's the original owner of the drop, has the opportunity to get a mail-in coupon code.
Oh, like old school.
Exactly. And you could mail it in.
It'd be crazy. I mean, they could do a lot of stuff, right? They could try it first as digital. They can do a different character as the mail-in. I mean, this is a new, and I know you guys know a lot about business. This is a completely new revenue source that they literally had to do nothing for. And how many years have we heard different types of companies try to do digital comics? So we're going to do it like this, or we're going to do it like this, and we're going to do, I mean, and I don't want to say they failed because I'm sure they make money off of Marvel Unlimited, but it certainly isn't what, you know what I mean? This is it. This is what they have been waiting for in a weird way.
Well, the digital platforms that we've had in the past, there's no tradable value to them.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, the blockchain technology is, we all know it's revolutionary.
Well, and I wonder too if, like, at some point will they merge, right? If I have the physical copy of the book and the NFT, I couple those together. Now I try to sell it. I can.
Oh, I think it's huge. I'm lucky enough to have some of those, right? So, I mean, I put them on my Twitter and other things. It's so weird because I had no Twitter account 2 months ago, but in the world of VV, everybody is Twitter. In the world of comics, it's all Instagram. So right. I had, so it's just weird. So anyways, I have to tweet these things because it's a different audience, right?
Right.
And so, so I tweet, I'll tweet a picture of the NFT sitting next to, and I've done some of them on my IG page too. And people get all excited. I actually hunted down some of the physical ones that were, that I have that are just cheap. They were, $5 books. So I was like, why not just grab one?
Right. Yeah, no, it's interesting. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned Twitter because somebody pointed that out to me. I was doing some stuff on the Comic Book Community Awards, and I'm asking people to help share it, on Instagram, so kind of get the word out. And somebody mentioned, oh, you should really share it on Twitter because there's a big group of comic book collectors and stuff there. And I'm just like, I don't have enough time in the day to manage all the different platforms, but it was interesting that they mentioned it.
I mean, I don't know
Discord's another one.
if there's a big physical presence of comic book collectors on Twitter. Is there?
I don't know. I haven't looked at it for myself, but
Gem Mint had hardly any. I'm just saying some of these big time people do not have large Twitter accounts, but maybe I'm wrong.
I think Discord's a bigger platform for comic.
Yeah, Discord is yes. That's the one I have not played in, and we should,
even Reddit. Even Reddit, believe it or not.
That's a question I have. If you wanted, say, if somebody wasn't on, someone has to be on VV, right? So if I wanted to sell or if I wanted to trade one of my NFTs, somebody has to have a VV account that I can transfer that to them, right? Yeah. So it ultimately, you have to be on the VV platform to
either that or sell them your entire account.
They have that exclusivity. I mean, it's incredible.
Right. Yeah, it's only going to grow, right? Like you said.
I mean,
I'm thinking right now, if I ever made it like big on one of these drops, like I got dumb luck and I actually got one of these big drops and I really wanted to cash out, I think the only way out would be to sell my entire account to the people.
Yeah, there's other ways that you can do it. We could talk offline that I know about.
Yeah, there's some transfer, right? There's ability to transfer gems to different accounts and things. Yeah, I've seen some videos on that.
Let's just pretend you got a secret rare. Let's say Amazing Fantasy 15 drop next week, CJ, and you got it for $6. And I mean, out of the gate, that thing's going to sell for, I'm not even lying, it's going to sell for $50,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you're like, I'm cashing out. Sleepyn, tell me how. I want my $50,000 right now. I can walk you through it.
Okay.
I can walk you through it.
That's good.
And then the problem is they're going to get the money in cryptocurrency, but I could walk you through that, and then you could move the cryptocurrency into US dollar. I'd walk you through it all.
Well, honestly, I'd rather
you're going to
have
lose some
crypto.
to fees, and obviously you're going to have to pay taxes. So you're not getting $50K, but you get a big chunk of change.
Yeah, well, I'd rather have it, even if I had to stick with the crypto rather than the VV.
Right.
I'd rather have it in Ethereum or Bitcoin.
Sure.
Than to have it in VV, because VV is just not there yet,
I think for me, I've become over the past 4 months, I've become so how many people are watching this? 3 people are watching this. I want to be careful what I say. I've come so comfortable with it that I do have quite a bit of money in it. Like I have that Spider-Man that's worth 37,000 gems. So I'm okay with letting it ride right now.
And I'm sure though that you have that that pinch, that feeling in the back of your, that feeling in your stomach saying, am I doing the right thing? Am I not doing the right thing? Every time you see your full portfolio together, as far as the value is concerned.
Right.
And
it's
right now I'm playing with pennies on there, but the truth is,
the thing is that I'm comfortable enough with my financial situation that I'm comfortable with it. I also, because of some of my past things that I've done, I'm more comfortable with risk than other people are. And that's just where individuals got to know themselves. Brian, you do a good job of talking about that. You got to know yourself.
Yeah.
You got to know.
I mean, I have probably $150 in gems invested. That's it. And it's really like I said, I've been just trying to pick things up on the drop. I did buy Amazing Spider-Man #1 for the marketplace, but still, I thought for $45, that wasn't a big.
The thing is that it's fun to get in because we know what they could be. Like the reason why the first one I bought was Amazing Spider-Man 1, and I think it was $19. And I was like, oh God, there's only of the commons, I think there might be 36,000 of them or something like that. And I was like, 36,000, that's like a small print run. You know what I mean? And
oh yeah.
So if there were a bunch of comic book people that come in here, a lot of them would want to own ASM #1 just for fun. I mean, it's just fun. It's just
Right.
not, it's just stupid, right? All the
And have
crap's
you
stupid.
noticed how many people like really are popping up the prices on the regular common issues?
Yeah, I mean, I think ASM is going to be a $500 or $1,000 common comic.
I know that you did a video on that as far as the correlation between the comments and uncommons, but I'm seeing that like ever since you made a point of making that video, I've been purposely following the trends, and I think it's because people want the original cover.
I think so, but I think the scarcity. Well, we don't know what's going to happen, right? But I think that the numbers. Like if you talk to a VV person, they're like, "Oh gosh, it says 36,000 mints. That's a huge amount of mints," which it is in the VV world, but not for us, right? Not for us. I mean, I think about Ultimate Fallout 4. I always say this one because I know the numbers. I don't know the numbers in the other one, so I always say that one. Ultimate Fallout 4 first print 84,000, and that raw book, we know. You go to eBay, you want to buy a raw first print Ultimate Fallout 4, $500.
Right.
And there's
all day, every
84,000
day.
of them.
Yeah.
So I think about that, and I think about that ASM 1 with a print run of 36,000, and I think about that's ASM 1. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there's 36,000 of them. Do I think that thing could get to $500 like Ultimate Fallout 4? Maybe. That's why I said I think of like $20 in this thing.
I think of like the rare, ultra rare as kind of the high grades, like a 9.8, right? And then the commons are, your low grades. And
yes,
what's the saying, right? Low grade better than no grade.
Yeah.
So as more people come in, so those ultra rare are going to be out of reach, but the lower, the uncommon commons will be at a reasonable price that people may want to buy them. And then ultimately that's going to raise that price.
So the other thing which I've noticed, and you guys probably have too, is and there's a lot of theory. I've tried to read some stuff. It's more about like other theories and market. It's more economic stuff, which I'm not as familiar with, but I've read some stuff lately. Is once the scarcity kicks in, then that's when they explode. That's why you see it's this weird kind of bubbling effect. And once it reaches a certain limit, the price like literally explodes. And so like the Rizzo, which is one of the Batman statues, I think it has like 3,000 of them or something like that. It was like bubbling around 4K, and then it jumped to 5K, and everybody was like, "Oh wow, that's crazy." But then a bunch of others sold, and it became so scarce that within, and I think this is right. Within 1 week, it's gone from like 5 or 6K to 18K.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Because, and once again, who the hell's buying these? I don't know. Someone's got some crazy money. I don't know, right? But so I think the same will happen for some of these. So there was one day, and I don't know when you guys, but remember it was I think it was maybe about a month ago where all the common comics like literally exploded. They like ASM was like around $50 or $45 and it went to 100. Ultimate Fallout 4 actually I think went to 100. All these things explode, and so I think once these reach these kind of weird pivotal points of scarcity, they explode. They literally double in value. So I think the common like ASM 1, it's going to jump to like, it'll probably be, if we were to fast forward, I would bet 3 or 4 months, I bet you the ASM 1 is worth $200. Just like Marvel Comics 1. Marvel Comics 1 is now the common is 200. See what I'm saying? It will follow that trend. Now, is Young Avengers 12 going to be $200? No.
Yeah, it's interesting because I have, I think I have 2 copies of common Daredevil 1. Yeah, I think the top price is like $15.
I got an uncommon
Daredevil
1, and I bought that uncommon Daredevil 1 for $50. It just keeps lingering at $60 to $70 for some reason.
I think we just have to wait. It's just like I said, it's this weird thing. We get a couple more comic book collectors in there, a couple other new people, and then suddenly, and I don't know what the magic number is. If I do, obviously I could make more money, right? But it's at some point, it's weird, and then wham! It's like one day a bunch of people, and I actually kind of think it's lucky too. Like people somehow hive mind. Go start buying Daredevil 1, and then it just somehow a bunch of them sell out within 12 hours, and it pushes that floor price up, and that is the new floor now. That is it won't It's really crazy. I don't quite understand it.
I don't think anybody does, Mark. Mark, by the way, I know that I contacted you on IG and I sent you a contact with myself. I'm serious. On my real estate channel.
Okay.
I'd love to have like a full like interview with you talking about it, because that's going to be something that I'm going to be doing going forward in 2022, as far as going into businesses that erupted during the pandemic. And I
Oh,
think you have a lot
no,
of
let's do
knowledge.
it. Let's do it 100%. And I got to tell you guys not to call me Mark anymore, because there's too many crazy people. I get people.
Sorry.
I've got people. Well, I don't care before, but like now, like I'm not like I'm that big of people. But as many people, I've got people that are like saying you're gonna kill me. I've got people that are saying that.
Really?
So
Wow.
it's because you know how it hides the chats. I mean, it hides the comments that are not supposed to be like
right.
Like shown. So then I just like block them or whatever. But they're like, I lost a lot of money. I'm gonna come kill you. It's like crazy.
I mean,
So,
I laugh every
definitely
time
know
I
the
watch your
feeling.
videos and it says, not financial advice, guy in the basement. I mean,
I definitely
so then
know
I'm
the
like
feeling.
kind of a little bit scared. I mean, not a lot scared, but it's a little bit scary. I'm not used to people
You
telling me.
know what? I could definitely relate to that, because every time I lose a bid for one of my clients these days with this crazy real estate environment, they want to kill me.
Oh,
So
God.
I definitely
Well, they know your name. That's scary.
yeah.
Well, I have no choice, No, I got to make my name public. That's why I make this channel, not so public.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. So it just is different. Like I wasn't really. I mean, I tell people. I think on October 1st, I had 700 subscribers.
Oh yeah, your channel's gone crazy.
It's mind-boggling.
You're over 4,000 now, right?
Yeah. I was 4,000, and then I looked, and now I'm 4,250. Which, like,
That's
250
great.
subscribers took me like 6 months.
Oh yeah. It's crazy how you're just hitting that niche of the NFTs, and it's just.
I feel like I do the same videos. I mean,
but
you know what? You hit a hot topic. Like people are like, "Oh, these new intros are so amazing." I'm like, I have had these intros for a year.
You know what? It's a hot topic. People are really legitimately interested.
Yeah.
On my real estate channel, I got a little under 4,000 people, and that literally took me about 3-4 years to build that audience out there, because it's boring. Not everybody wants to talk. Unless you're really interested in that. I had a spike. When the market heated up.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm sure you did. Right. Yeah.
People went all nuts during that time. But it's it's trends right now. It's the VV trend, so people want to hear about it. So it's great. You'll build that audience, keep putting good quality material out there, and you'll be able to sustain it.
So Nick joined us. I like that he's eating his breakfast during Breakfast with Brian.
I like it. That's what we should be doing.
Woke up a little late, so.
Wait, who is that with us?
It's Nick. Nick, the comic nerd.
Nick, the comic nerd. What's up, man?
How's it going? All I saw was a Rangers hat. I can't see everything. I'm the phone sucks, but so we're having breakfast with Brian. But Sleepyn, seriously, this is a great topic that I think a lot of people really are interested in. I am so much more. I love the comic material you put together, and I continue to like you every so often when you still put it out there. But you got me so intrigued and engaged with the VV stuff, because every single video that I'm watching of yours, I'm literally learning something.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, it might be useful, might not be useful, but I'm learning something. That's the thing. I'm learning something every single time, and that's a really valuable thing.
I think appreciate that.
Appreciate that as well.
I mean, it's also a lot of the. I feel like it's just a lot of the stuff that a lot of comic book guys know. I mean, I'm just applying it to. I mean, 99% of my content is like stuff I learned from comic collecting.
Right.
It's just
applying it now into the NFT world.
In normal comic book people are like, oh, it's all these people are like, should I go out and buy an Ultimate Fallout 4 right now? And I'm like, should have done that about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. they're like, it seems like it's a really good price. It's around 3,700 right now for a 9.8. And I'm like, that's so, I don't even understand that. Like I don't know. That doesn't seem like a good price to me. They're like, oh yeah, I'm thinking it's going to go to 10K. And I'm like, it could. It could.
I think I picked up.
Yeah,
I think I
you know
picked
what
up
the
a raw
problem is?
copy of it last year for like $75 on eBay.
I mean,
early,
I tell people, you want to know a good one to buy? Go buy. You know, I'm trying to buy the ones that are going to be worth something in 5 years. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like this
you know
Dark
what the
Knight
problem is?
stuff.
People
You know, I like
don't
enjoy
remember
that.
history.
You know, this is the. You know,
That's the problem. People don't remember history. ASM 300 is very similar to the trend that Ultimate Fallout 4 is taking, and I'll tell you why. For years upon years, it was always a hot book. People wanted that book, and they still want that book.
yeah, I want.
How many ups and downs have we gone through with ASM 300? That book has literally gone through the roller coaster of going up, 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 down, down, down.
Well,
up,
how
up,
many
up,
how
down,
many
down.
printed are that thing? It's a gazillion.
That's the point. You know, that's the point. And those books, they're easier to get at a 9.8 than to get in the Ultimate Fallout 4.
Yes.
The same exact thing applies to New Mutants 98.
Yeah.
First
Yes.
Deadpool. Honestly, if I was going to hedge and all those books, which one has the most potential to go gangbusters? I would say New Mutants 98 would be the one that actually has the biggest growth potential, because Deadpool has a lot of opportunity to grow right now.
Well, did Ultimate Fallout 4 come out initially in like a poly bag, right?
Yes, that's why it has that vertical. A lot of them have that, you know, and
Right,
different
that
people
crease in
are
the back,
specialists in how to like get rid of that thing, like in terms of pressing it. I
wild.
actually tried to press one. This is years ago, and I wasn't using a humidity chamber back then, so I could not get it out. I don't know if I could get it out. Well, once again, it depends on the book, but now I think CGC and CBCS, they know that, and they are, you know, notoriously very difficult at grading on that book. You have, you know, Ultimate Fallout 4.
Honestly, I would actually. That's the one book for a fact. If I had one that was straight out of the poly bag, I would actually send it to CGC and have them press it prior.
Yeah,
that's one of the books that I wouldn't play games of having a outside presser do it. Let them do it to give me the 9.8.
There's a YouTuber, you guys probably, what's his name? He's done a bunch of them and got 9.8s. And he's like a pressing, like, he's not Jerry, but he's like Jerry and pressing, you know what I mean? And that's who I would tell you to send it to. Like if I ever had a crazy book like that, like I can't remember, but I sent my Fantastic 449 to a guy, and this book, I the one I bought off the shelf, I thought it was like I honestly thought it was like a 2 or a 3, and this guy pressed the crap out of it, and the bottom stable looked like it was going to pop off, so I didn't even want to touch the thing, and so he got a 4.5 out of it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so that Fantastic 449. I mean, I don't know how much money he made me on that. I only paid him $75.
Oh, wow. Well worth the money.
But yeah, so I mean, yeah, some of these guys obviously they know what they're doing. They know, you know. I just watched Jerry's channel. I mean, that's just insane to me.
I love Jerry. You know what? I got this infatuation with what Jerry does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting about Jerry is that he's showing you all of his technique. He's showing you, you know, the process that he goes through. And I've seen some, you know, I've watched other pressing and cleaning, but I mean, there's nothing behind the curtain at Jerry's. You know, he's showing you everything.
Yeah.
I call
think
the
that
Frankenstein
like,
of the
hey,
comic
maybe I could
community.
do, like, I you know, obviously that's how I learned how to press, watch a lot of videos, try a lot of different things. I've effed up a lot of books, you know what I mean? But then I watch his stuff and I'm like, all right, I'm done. There's no, I can't do this. Yeah. This is at another level. Like sometimes, you know, you just got to know when it's at another level.
Honestly, I can't wait to get. I got this. I bought a book specifically as a Jerry project. It's probably the most disgusting copy of Marvel Spotlight 6 you'll ever see in your life.
That's a good book.
Second appearance of Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
The thing looks like somebody PMS'd on the back cover of it. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. The most, I'm telling you, you feel like you need to disinfect after you touch that book. I want to see what he's going to do with that book.
Oh, you gave it to him. Nice.
You know, he's going to take it.
I bet you, because he's got the. As soon as I saw this guy taking the book apart and putting the pages in his solutions, I'm like, what?
I know. Yeah. To think that you put a paper in water, or I was like,
I mean, and then he's rebuilding it with the Paul. I mean, you've heard about these things, right? I didn't actually really. I mean, I kind of heard about different, but I mean, watching him do it is like amazing. Like he's like,
and the funny thing is, he's pissing everybody off. Everybody else that does that thing,
he's showing all his secrets.
He's pissing them off, and they're like trying to call him out on it.
Oh,
I
didn't realize that.
Oh yeah, there's like a whole
he gets
thing.
into a lot of fights. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, did you see he did recently? He did like he did staple removal, and he cleaned the staples and then put them back in the book, and it was just like I could watch that video just all day.
Yep. It's mine. It's I feel like it's just like, well, it's a lot of stuff that I like to watch on YouTube with they're rebuilding cars or refurbishing houses. I really kind of like that kind of stuff, and then, but he's like a craftsman. It's like a master craftsman. That's the only thing I can think of when I see that. There's guys like me. I'm like fooling around down here. I'm like, and then there's like the master level craftsman.
He is so meticulous. He is so meticulous. And on top of it all, he's an attorney. So when people call him out,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So when people call him out and pick fights with him, he could defend himself very, very well. He has a real good way of articulating his arguments.
Yeah, he's a good speaker. I mean, it's really I'm thankful. I mean, I think about YouTube, and then obviously we have our channels, and I want to have a channel. Well, obviously my channel's not like his channel's better. His channel's like amazing, but we each have our own thing. We're trying to offer something, and yeah, that's what YouTube was built for, man. I feel like his channel is what YouTube was built for. You know what I'm saying? But each of us are. It's all part of the. And then the other thing is, it's all part of the collective, right? It's all of our channels together is what makes the. And Brian, you talk a lot about this, which I appreciate. It's the collective entity of whatever we are is what makes the comic community, exciting and strong.
Oh,
and I think the awards is really I'm not just saying that because I'm on your freaking and I believe that, I'm saying that, I think there, so initially, there's a little pushback there, remember? I don't know,
Oh yeah.
But
just a little bit.
The year after that,
just a little bit of pushback.
Well, it's funny. I'm starting to do some outreach now, help people spread the word because that was one of the biggest complaints that a lot of people didn't know about the award. So I'm trying to do a better job of reaching out. And so I reached out. I was doing some outreach yesterday to people saying, hey, could you share this? Could you help spread the word? And a few people came back and like, look, the awards aren't for me. Like, I don't want to be a part of this. I'm like, well, okay, that's fine. Like, so some people, it's not their thing, and that's fine.
Yeah, but you know what? The funny thing is, it's not their thing. But when they don't get a nomination and they don't get voted in, all of a sudden they're sitting there bitching and crying about it.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I think that's just the competitive nature of most people, right? If you don't get nominated, you feel like you're left out, or So
the only time I would ever get upset about not being part of some kind of award thing is if you actually had a award for best hands in YouTube. If there's a best hands in YouTube,
well, we are considering some different categories for 2022. Yeah, I have proposed a I don't show my face channel award, so we'll see.
That's the only time I would get offended because I know I'm the best. I got the best hands. Look at these. Their hands are models. Look at these beautiful hands. How do you not vote for these? Come on.
This is like a Seinfeld episode. It's like he's a hand model.
Man hands.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's
Brian,
interesting because
I
think your personality matches it too, Brian. Like you're a very calm guy. You're very, and so it's I just think if some other types of people might have tried to do that, I don't know if it would have.
Yeah,
would
I
have
mean,
played out that
it's
well.
certainly when I first had some of the feedback and negative feedback, it was like, oh, did I do the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? But I'm like, what I do understand is, like I said, the awards aren't for everybody. Some people are not going to care about it, or no matter what I do, they're going to take it negatively. So I just, I kind of got to just get past that. But Nick, I think you asked me. I'm trying to go back. I think we had the nominations. So there was two phases, right? We did the open nominations, and I think we had like 10. I forget. I have to go back, but it was thousands of nominations. The total number of channels was like 181 different channels were nominated.
Wow.
And then we boiled it down to like 55 finalists. So there was a lot of channels that got nominated, but they just didn't make the cut. But what we're going to do this year is I have a committee going. And so right now we're going to add some new categories and maybe change some of the existing, just tweak them a little bit. But we're going to add some other categories to, the goal is really to try to be as inclusive as possible in the community. So somebody mentioned like maybe an award for the best, statue, unboxing or review or omnibus, which is like, I didn't even think of that. So I'm like, oh, that's a great idea because, that's more inclusive of the overall, community. And
there's a bunch of those channels that I watch that like only do omnibuses.
Right. Or and maybe we add like an NFT category as a possibility because that's that. No, but I mean it's growing, right? There's a lot of people.
That's
So
part of it
that's
right
a
now.
possibility.
But I'll tell you something else, Brian. I really believe this. We've talked offline about this. I really believe that not all the nominations should be up to the public vote only.
Oh yeah, and that's a change that we're going to make this year. So
there should be some nominations that come straight from the committee because there were channels out there that are massive. And I was part of that committee as far as the review is concerned. And right. I even told you I was shocked. It was like channels like Comics Explained, which is a massive channel. Massive channel.
Right.
And an awesome channel.
He's great. Comistorian. There's another one. How do they not get any nominations? That I found that very.
And that's the one change we're going to make. I'm still going to have open nominations, so you can vote on any channel. But what I'm going to do is instead of what we did last year, the criteria was basically if you had the most nominations, and as long as you met the criteria for the award category, you were so basically the top 5 got the finalist. What we're going to change this year is we're going to open nominations, but the committee is going to review it, and the committee is going to review all of them and then decide which are the 5 finalists. So you may only have people that vote or nominate a single channel 2 or 3 times, but if they're deserving, they'll get they'll be the finalist. And then the other change we're looking to make is that some categories finalists will be community vote, and then others will be selected by the committee.
Yeah, I mean that's the way it should be, because otherwise it just becomes a popularity contest at that point.
Right, and people campaign, for it. They could garner votes that way. Some of the awards categories, like I know people got upset that Gary B, the casual comic guy, didn't win Community Builder because he's very outspoken. He does a lot of shout outs. He's very supportive of the community. That was one. And even Jerry's category, best pressing and cleaning.
I was devastated.
Jerry's the definition of that award. But
when I saw that result, I was devastated.
Wait, Jerry didn't win that?
No, he didn't. But
he got a lot of votes,
reason why is a lot of the other channels that got nominated and were the finalists, they do a lot of pressing and cleaning for the community. So they don't really do videos on it, but they do a lot of work for members of the community. And so that's why they got votes, and that's why they were nominated. And then that's why, they ended up winning.
But the problem was that wasn't the award category. The category.
Right, I agree. And that's a change. That was a learning experience, and that's a change we're going to make so something like that doesn't happen. Because like I said, if you look at that category, the pressing and cleaning, Jerry's the definition of it. The other channels do some of it, but not Jerry's exclusively, cleaning, pressing, restoration.
You want to knock?
Yeah. I
always
was
tell
surprised
people
that he didn't win.
if you wanna have your knock socked off, I've shown, given his channel to a number of people. I'm like, you think, you want to see something nutball? Here you go.
There's a lot of hidden channels out there that nobody knows about. They're really obscure, but they're really awesome.
Yes.
Really, really awesome channels.
Yes.
Yeah, we're looking to add a category for like best channel or best unknown channel under 100 subs.
Critical.
Because there's a lot of great channels that I look at and I'm like, how does this guy only have 25 subscribers? It's criminal.
I got to run here, but I think that the focus of it all really is, I mean, even to be nominated as a lot of people, and I think they're being honest, that the people that were nominated last year, it's so awesome. And then it gets their name out and helps their channel. I think the whole process is one to, as you have said many times, is to help celebrate the community and to give people some exposure. I think that's awesome. I mean, it's doing that. It's fulfilling and it's just a fun thing for people to do. I mean, people get all uptight about the whole winning thing.
Well, that's what I said. Even the bad press about it, people complaining about it, was help spreading the word. So I'm like, that's fine. Go ahead.
People you're not winning millions of dollars. This is like this is a thing that's this whole thing is we're just trying to have fun with our deal here.
And I think that's the difference too. Like most of the channels are just, this is a hobby for me. I do this in my free time. I have a day job. But some people, some of the channels on YouTube are.
That's a good point.
They're flipping books, or they're there's such big channels that they're making a percentage of their income from it. Those
you're right. I should say it that way. Then you're right. I need to respect that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I understand that, and that's different than what. I think the majority of the channels are really just, we're hobbyists. We're collectors.
Right.
We're doing it for fun.
Yeah, but you know what? Even if they're doing it to get monetary gain out of it.
I'm going to run you guys.
All right. Thanks for jumping on.
Even if they were doing it just to get monetary gain out of it or build their businesses from it, it's not going to hurt their channel if they won an award or got nominated. I think it would only help them.
I agree. I don't think it's a bad thing, but but like I said, some people, like I said, I reached out to a few people, probably about a dozen people yesterday, and I think I got 2 responses like, "Hey, look, thank you, but the awards aren't for me." And I'm like, "Oh,
well, think of it like this: everybody got on your case, and everybody wants to see the bad in things and try to make it cynical, whatever the case. Could you imagine? I got nominated for something. First of all, nominated for something. And actually won something. How nuts people would get, How nuts would people get? Like
we have a special Kool-Aid Man award for you.
They would go bonkers. They would go absolutely bonkers about it. So like, they don't get it. Like you put it together. What did you gain out of it? You basically got a whole bunch of people bitching and crying about it in the beginning. Thankfully. You persevered and you went through the whole process and didn't say screw you all, because honestly, if it was me, I think it would have been go to hell all of you. You all losers now. Now I'm gonna call you all losers. I'm gonna give you loser awards now. That would have been me. But
that's the thing. I think now everybody thinks they get a participation trophy, but that's that's not the case. Not everybody wins.
Yeah, and it's all done fairly. We're all the votes. Everybody who's in this is in the votes, so it's all done fairly.
Chop. When it comes to me, it's always rigged. Always. I don't know if you saw my last giveaway, how I did my giveaway, but it's always rigged, my friend.
Who won it? Who won the one that you pulled the name out of the bag?
Nicole.
Oh, Nicole. Okay, yeah.
She's a good community member.
Yeah. Well, that's always good when a lot of the giveaways and that are kind of going to the same, not same people, but within the community, which is great because it's just we're sharing the. But I did a
couple more. I did a couple more after that. Evil got one of them.
Yeah,
he got a slab out of it, and forgot I gave out a third thing as well. Oh, Tyler Winder, he got one as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you try to make it as fun as possible, that kind of thing, You got your rubber ducky thing. I like the fact that you're the only one with the rubber duckies.
At the duck race, yeah.
So you got that thing going on. I don't like the spinning wheel thing. It just gets me dizzy. So that's why I'm doing my random, like I'm shredding pieces of paper thing. Old school as possible when it comes to the way I do the giveaways.
Yeah, no, I've seen people do it, all different ways. I won something from Simon, Simple Simon, and he drew, he had a popcorn bucket and drew a name out, and I won that way. So I'm like, okay, whatever way you like is the old school takes for me, the old school takes too much work. I don't want to rip up those papers and put them in a bag.
I like to torture people. That's why I did all live streaming. I like to torture people to watch it while I'm doing it. That's why I did a 5-hour stream where I'm sitting there shredding paper.
I thought that bag was going to rip. You were shaking it so hard.
You know what? I wanted to see how far I could test people's limits as far as endurance of sitting through me shredding pieces of paper, and apparently a lot of people sat through it. I couldn't believe it. It was interesting. It was fun. I get a kick out of that stuff. But, I got an arch nemesis out of it now. I don't know if you're noticing what's going on in this YouTube community. I got a little bit of a nemesis in DC Irish now. He's doing his hands videos. And
yeah, that's right. DC doesn't show his face, yeah.
And he's calling me out right now. And, he wants me to dance like a monkey for one of his giveaways. I'm not dancing like a monkey. I'm not going to do the monkey dance. Now I got another round. Him and the bookworm. The bookworm, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I thought it was the bookworm. I didn't know DC Irish jumped on that too.
The bookworm is gonna eat a comic. I assure you. I'm gonna get him by hook or crook. He's gonna eat a comic. If I have to fly over and force feed him a comic, he's gonna eat it. One way or another.
I'm gonna Chop and Drop is the same way. You never see Chop's face.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I've never seen his face.
You see Chop so much in the chat and supporting everybody. I feel like I
know imagine what he looks like. Yeah.
Chop and Drop and Shop for Comics have to get the award for the most. One of the, I don't know. Somebody has to tally it up, but one of the two has to win the award for the most amount of giveaway wins and community history. Because every single time I'm looking at one of these giveaways, it's one of the others that's winning it. They got the look of the Irish on them.
I think he's got clones. He's everywhere. I don't know how he does it. I don't have
that much I think he's just he's chopping up the competition. I don't know what he's doing. But you know what? I actually was so happy to have Titus on the last stream. Did you get to see that with him singing a little bit?
Oh no, I missed that. Was that during the giveaway?
Yeah, he actually got on my live stream. I've never seen him go on anybody's live stream before. I was shocked.
Go back and look at that. Yeah,
I was shocked that
his K Titus's channel got hacked, and he lost all his videos.
Yeah, he told us all about it on the stream, and it was like I was so sad because the guy is so nice. He sits there and sings songs about all of us, and he does a lot of charity work and helps kids and stuff like that. He's
another big community supporter. He's in everybody's chats. He's really always doing shout outs. Yeah.
When he gets his channel running again, honestly, I'm going to do everything I can, every single thing within my power to get him all his subscribers back and more.
Well, he's got his sub count for some reason, but he lost all his videos. So his sub count's still over 1K, but he just I don't know. I didn't hear the details of how he lost all his content or.
Basically, somebody hacked into his account and deleted all his videos.
Wow.
Yeah. It was really screwy. You know what's the most devastating thing out of all? They even deleted my video. The one he wrote up, the one he sang about me. That was devastating.
I know, yeah, because he did a shout out and a song for me, and I don't think I saved it. I might have a clip of it. I might have screen, scraped it, but
I didn't even think of saving it.
He's done so many, so many good original songs for everybody.
No, but I was devastated at that. I was very, very sad to see that happen to that guy. I wish it happened to some other guys, but him, no.
Yeah.
It's too bad. It's too bad. Like I don't mince words. Like if I don't like somebody in the community or something like that, I might not say anything. Or if I do say something, I'm gonna say I don't like them. That's it. But that's how it goes. Did I offend you the other day when I called you out on your Hitler?
No, not at all. I thought it was funny, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said it, and I'm like, oh, maybe I offended him.
no,
Maybe
no,
I don't know. I offend people all the time, But it is. Look at that. Look at that mustache on there. It's got that nice squarish look on it. It's
maybe
got.
I have to. My wife won't let me shave it because she says I look like my mother. So she's like, I don't want to look at my mother-in-law. So I can't shave. I can never shave.
Hey, that's good. That's good. Usually, wives make people shave. So the fact that your wife is on board, hey, it's good stuff.
Yeah, it's true.
That's definitely good stuff. I got to figure out how to make my own little emoji like that with 15 cents. I don't want 15 cents though. I want 10 cents. I want to be a golden oldie.
All right.
I got to figure out who made that for you. You made it yourself?
Yeah, I just made it myself. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll do it myself. I'm too lazy. I don't know. Yeah, I got to figure it out. So Nick, what are you up to?
What am I doing today? I have my cousin turned 21, so we're taking him out tonight. I have no idea how that's gonna go, dude. Before that, I just have to finish my fat stack of comics. I got to put all these bad boys away. It's super annoying, but that all has to go away.
That's a stack.
Yeah, well, I was behind. I saw your comment on my video the other day. How like you said you were behind too, and so was Cole from Cole's Comics Claims, and I was like, I caught up finally, and it's like a huge relief. I'm not gonna lie, and it's nice to not have to worry about it. But so I'm gonna put those away, and then hopefully just hang out before we go out tonight.
So where's
the? We'll call you early tomorrow morning then.
Where's the place to be these days, Nick? Where's the corona-free places to go hang out for all the young whippersnappers?
Dude, that's the thing. I'm one of the people, I do not love going out. I work in a hospital, so I'm around this thing all day, every day, dude. So I couldn't even tell you. I'm 28. My cousin who's going with us is 21. My brother's 26. So we've all gone to like bars and gone out and had like a really crazy time, of course. And I was like, we can't do that because my anxiety is going to be through the roof. So he's like, can we go to Applebee's? And I'm like, that's perfect. We sit down, we eat, we drink, we go home. Can't get better than that. Crap. Simple.
You guys got a very different definition of what's fun than I did when I was that age. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I'm just not big on going.
I don't know if you want to be in a crowded bar,
But we also used to get away with a lot more back then. I'm 44 right now, and when I was in my 20s, early 20s, oh my God, it was a different world altogether.
That's funny.
I could assure you that. It's weird right now. Like, I don't even know how people date anymore. How do you date? Like, how do you find somebody to go out with or something? You go on Grindr or what? Or Tinder? And Minder.
That's legit, dude. Like, you use these apps or, like, I mean, I am a big believer in like don't date at work, but like the girl I'm hanging out with, she's from work, and I'm like, oh, if things go bad,
this isn't spending so much time at work, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way it goes. So it's crazy, dude.
That's pretty. That's an old school method that actually works. People that you know from work or from the neighborhood or whatever the case. But like, if you go straight out to go find somebody to date, like, how do you date these days? Like do you need a computer? Do you need a phone to find?
You need to check vaccination card, references.
Yeah, I don't like on these dating apps, dude. It says you can put if you're vaccinated or not. Like, it's wild.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you have to carry a syringe with a vaccine with you every time you go to have intercourse with somebody? Like, how does it work? I don't know.
Imagine.
You nasal swab before you guys,
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good idea. Carry a whole bunch of those big swabs with you, and
Somebody shared something with me the other day at work. Somebody was selling a pallet of COVID home test.
Oh, that's a hot commodity right now.
Yeah, and it was like a crazy amount of money. And we're like, well, maybe we should invest in COVID home test. We can make some quick money.
Well, yeah, for over the next couple of months, yeah, they're still going to be hot because as soon as like CVS and Walgreens, all these places get them, they sell out almost immediately.
Yeah.
You know, I know when I was sick, we were getting them 5-6 at a time. You know, they have their limits of how many you can get, and we would always get the limits because I got a family of 5. So
yeah, you need 5.
Yeah. You know, and not only that, the home test. They tell you don't even you can't use it once. You have to do it, and then within 36 hours do it again to test the accuracy of it. So that's 2 tests per person every time. So they're selling out of these things left or right. Yeah. Big business. I think I'm just gonna go get a bunch of Q-tips and make my own box and sell them. I don't know. I gotta figure out.
That's fine.
I got to wrap up, guys. I got to go I got some errands. I got to hit the post office before it closes. And so.
Have you been outside yet today, Brian?
What's that?
Have you been outside yet today?
No, I know it's like 25 degrees out there.
Is it really?
It's cold.
Yeah, it's cold. I think it's supposed to be a high of like 30.
It's kind of
break up the ice, and I just don't want to.
I think tomorrow is supposed to be 40 and rainy, so it'll be gone. But today's not going to be
always
a
rains
nice
here.
day out there.
I assure you, it's pretty cold today.
Yeah.
No, but hey, welcome to New York. Welcome to New York.
Yeah.
Well, it was funny. I was in South Carolina last week, and it was like in the 70s all like all week. And then I came home to snow and this.
Wait,
I don't mind the snow, bro. The rain kills me.
What's Dracula processing his own vaccine?
Yes. It's an NFT.
Great.
That's really great. That's what we need, an NFT vaccine.
That's funny.
So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for jumping on. Have a great weekend, Nick. Good luck tonight.
Thanks for having us on. It should be fun, stimulating Saturday night YouTube.
Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff tonight. Yeah, Gary's channel, then we got Louie. We got a bunch of stuff going on tonight. So,
Spy tips.
Yeah.
Spine ticks are
I can't stay up that late, so I usually miss spine ticks.
I never last for all those spine ticks. I want to, and then I always fall asleep at my computer, and I'm like, oh.
I don't think anybody lasts through the whole spine ticks except for the spine ticks guys. You know how many times I'm sitting through that 8th hour thing, I fall asleep, my phone is on, and then I get back on, say a comment, and then I fall asleep again, get it back on, and do another comment and fall asleep.
Well, I check usually the live stream the next morning and see that it went for like 6 hours. I'm like, that's like 5 a.m. here. What the hell are they doing? It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what they're taking. They got this super vaccine that's keeping them up. I don't know what they're doing.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for jumping on. Have a great rest of your week.
Thanks, Brian.
All right.
Awesome. Thanks for having us on.
You too, boys.
You down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? Who's down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS?